It almost passes belief. Those whom the gods wish in Wolverhampton alone.
In 1967, 22-year-old bus driver Tarsem Singh Sandhu returned to work wearing a turban and he'd grown a beard. He says his supervisors told him to go home.
They asked me, why you wearing turban? I said, well, this is part of my religion and that's why I'm wearing turban. They said, you're not supposed to be wearing other than your uniform. I said, I'm wearing my full uniform. Only thing is I have got a turban. The turban matches the color of my uniform. What's wrong in that? They said, no, you're not supposed to wear a turban. You're not supposed to grow a beard.
He was sacked because he refused to remove his turban.
May not be able to practice my religion. That is very, very bad. That hurt me really bad. And so nobody's supposed to be, we are living in a free country where everybody is allowed to practice their religion. And why am I not allowed to wear this turban and practice my religion?
He decided to take a stand and enlisted the help of an Indian political group known as the Shriman Akali Dal. What happened next has been described as one of the biggest post-war demonstrations in Wolverhampton. Thousands of Sikhs from all over the country descended on the town in support of Tarsem Singh.
And there were members of churches who were out with banners supporting Sikhs because they saw it as a human rights, as a religious freedom issue.
The march took place in February 1968, and during that same month, Enoch Powell refers to the dispute as harmful to race relations during a speech in Walsall Town Hall.
The bus dispute is in the midst of all that. So it's very easy for local people to say, well, they've come here, why don't they behave like we do? One of them said, I went to a Sikh Gurdwara, I went to a Sikh temple, and I had to take my shoes off to go in. So why can't they take their turbans off if they're living here?
It was a critical time for race relations in Wolverhampton, and not every Sikh supported the cause.
People who were saying, he just came into this country, we are living here since 5-6 years, and he creating problem, probably English people will be against us.
The row came to a head after this man, Sohan Singh Jolly, got involved. Mr. Jolly was a turban-wearing retired police officer who had served the British in Kenya. He declared he would burn himself to death unless the rules were changed.
He said there's no way, no need to live. If somebody have to humiliate us and live the way they wanted, make me feel that I'm right, I'm not wrong. If I was wrong, why should somebody die for me or for the cause? So that was he feeling, is a life isn't worth living like this. It's not independence. It's like somebody's slave. You got to do what others want to do. So that was his feeling.
Under pressure, the Transport Committee lifted the ban in April 1969.
People in Wolverhampton were perhaps justified in using words like blackmail and feeling that they were being pressured too much. But if you look from a historical perspective, that is what probably brought things to a head and brought a quicker resolution than there would have been.
During our interview, Tarsem made a surprising revelation. He told me he was very close to Enoch Powell.
He was my friend, and he was a racialist. He supported to get 2 of my cousins into this country. He fought the case for them.
50 years later, the picture at Wolverhampton bus station is very different. The company employs 500 bus drivers and almost 100 are turban-wearing Sikhs.
I think it's important because National Express is part of the community, and as part of the community where we are, there is a cross-section of different religions, faiths and people, so we represent the community.
The Sikh community make up a large part of the Wolverhampton population, so it's hard to imagine a time when a bus driver wearing a turban would be controversial. Balvinder Sidhu for ITV News.